Well, hello there. And it's that time again. Like I say every week. Hook up a tape recorder to my head and just...
It's that time again. We're back.
Yes, we are back. And today's date is the 8th of October of 2010. And I, Bob Decker, and my co-host here, Marissa Cohen.
Hi, nice to be back.
Yes, it's glad to have you back. We're here to do our weekly 3-card layout. So let's go ahead and get started without delay. The first card of this reading is the last card of the previous week's reading. Now this card is the 6 of Discs. Entitled Success, it's attributed to the moon in Taurus. So what we probably are seeing right now is things manifesting for us in accordance with some plans that we have made. That doesn't mean we've got everything we want, but some of the major things may have fallen into place for us this last week. We've had a lot of energies churning lately, and that means basically they're starting to coalesce into a useful form. So it's like we don't feel as up in the air, we feel a little more grounded, and more like we're moving in a direction that we want to go into.
Absolutely. And what's so nice about this energy is it's very stabilizing, it's very nurturing, and it just sort of provides a nice springboard to go forward from for the rest of the week. So it's very, very nice.
Yes, it does. And we're coming into some powerful stuff this week. We're coming into the energies of the Aeon. Now, the Aeon is pretty awesome. The Aeon is fire. It's pure elemental fire. It's burning away things that we don't need, getting rid of stuff from the past, and being ready to move forward into the future. Now, those things, they could be people, they could be places, they could be things, it could be attitudes. It's anything that's not serving us right now. Is basically kissing it goodbye, throwing it into the bonfire, and letting go of it. Right, Marissa?
Absolutely. And
go ahead.
What's really interesting about the idea of judgment, the idea of sort of casting things in a new light and throwing things in the fire, is that right now we have some very interesting energy. We're taping this on Friday, October 8th. The moon is in Scorpio. The Venus is in Scorpio. It actually goes retrograde in like 2 hours.
Oh boy.
Yeah, good times. And Mars is also in Scorpio.
Ooh.
Until probably about, I don't have my ephemeris in front of me, but probably about, say, the next 6 weeks or so. So right now we have a lot of energy in Scorpio. Scorpio energy is incredibly passionate and incredibly intense, and it really holds things up to the light, especially right now that Venus in retrograde. It's very different because Venus energy is Venus talks about beauty and about value. It's what we value in life and what we value in love because it's Venus. And Scorpio is going to make things a little bit more intense. It's going to turn up the heat. It's going to show us what's really, really worth keeping, what's worth throwing away, and it's going to really hold things up to the light to show us what's working and what's not working. So very, very interesting in terms of judgment because it's fire. Mars energy is fire. Scorpio is ruled by Mars. I think I just tied everything together in a neat little package.
Yeah, you did. You just knotted it up in a bowl and handed it to him. There you go.
But that's really interesting because that really is what's happening with the judgment thing is big right now. Very interesting.
Yeah, and see, Judgment, Aeon, those are the same things, okay?
Yeah.
Judgment is from the Rider-Waite deck, which she's very familiar with and uses, and I use the Crowley-Thoth Tarot, and he called it Aeon because he wanted to get away from the New Testament imagery and go more with the New Aeon, the New Age. So the next card keeps right in with this energy, definitely expresses it perfectly, Queen of Wands. Fiery, blazing, dynamic, you name it. She is a lady that just puts it right out there. Not afraid to express herself, says what's on her mind. And that's like an aspect of us. I mean, it doesn't have to literally mean there's a woman in your life that's going to, breathe fire on you. It's an aspect of us expressing ourselves openly and also, a feeling of loyalty to others and wanting that loyalty returned. That's a Leo trait and being on stage. I know about that because I'm a Leo rising, so in case you hadn't guessed right. It's a blazing blog for a reason.
Right. It blazes, exactly.
Go ahead, blaze forth with your truth and wisdom.
Ooh, that was a good segue. Very good, well done. So the Queen of Wands, it's a fire sign, so I'm going to sort of push it into the Scorpio category as much as I can. Scorpio is ruled by water, but both Leo and Scorpio are fixed, which means a lot of stubborn energy, a lot of very passionate energy. And again, I can't stress enough that for the next week or so, that Venus and Mars energy with Venus in retrograde and Mercury direct. We're going to see a lot of questions about value in relationships, not just romantic relationships, friendships, family, things that we maybe need to hold up to the light. And it's always going to be a question of what's made stronger, what's made better, and the things that aren't meant to sustain karmically, because Venus is also karma as is judgment, are probably going to go by the wayside. So, interesting.
Very interesting. So, in other words, when the Scorpion and the Lion square off,
yeah.
is that what the Scorpion's going to win, you think?
I think with Venus and Mars and Scorpio, yes, Scorpio energy is very, very intense, and with Venus and Mars both in Scorpio, Mars is sort of doing the dirty work for Venus. He's her little henchman, and he's going to go out and sort of fairly directly and confidently put things to rights, whereas Venus in Scorpio is kind of in detriment. Venus is light and fluffy, and Scorpio is wearing leather and talking about vampires. So it doesn't quite.
Yeah.
It's a little more intense than your average bear. So it's interesting week.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of interesting things, if they want to get a reading from you or they want to talk to the departed, how do they get in touch with you, Marissa?
You can go to happyganesh.com, and also this weekend, today until about 6 o'clock, and tomorrow, which is Saturday the 9th, until 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing $10 off half-hour and hour-long readings, because tomorrow is Happy Ganesh's birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday, Elephant Man.
He says thank you. So Happy Ganesh is my business. He turns 1 tomorrow. I am very excited, and thank you to everyone who supported us this past year. It's been great. I do have an astrology class also coming up that starts October 25th at 7 o'clock. In order to find out more about that, you can contact me at 954-854-0270, or you can go to my website, which is happyganesh.com.
Wonderful, wonderful. And to get in touch with me, if you want to do past life regression, or you want one of my tarot readings, I've been reading for over 25 years, give me a ring, 954-993-7580, and or visit my website, www.bobdecker.net, home of some of the finest hypnosis downloads on the planet. Feel free to check them out. Okay, listen, we love you, we appreciate you, and until we meet you again next week, many, many blessings.